After completing the Jordan Trail, we crossed the border from Aqaba to Eilat today. We are really happy to be back in Israel. It's way more relaxing here. We did a lot of shoppings in Jordan because
they have very good food and it's not as extremely expensive as
yes. Plus today is Saturday, so we have high chances that things would be closed today. We're heading back to the mountains now, like into the desert, and yeah, it's really warm now in south. I'm wearing more stuff to protect me against the sun, but of course I'm boiling inside. We have wind from the front. Wind of course is slowing us down a bit, but we are really excited being back in Israel, and we are really excited to see the desert part.
People are driving by without
screaming at you,
jumping at us.
Yeah.
Screaming at us, jumping at us. They still greet and they're still very nice, but they are letting us be and they're letting us relax, and this is very nice to us.
And there are no dogs around. We don't have to always be alert. Yeah.
We also really like Jordan, of course, but it was very intense, very beautiful, but very hard on our body and minds. So now we are excited to have some more holiday feeling a bit.
Exactly.
Yes.
If you are wondering why we look in all the videos the same, is because we have one pair of clothes for biking and one pair of clothes for sleeping. Equipment wise, we had a lot of punctures. I think we're still tubeless, but our tubeless repair kit is empty. We used it so far something like 10 times, Miri 4 or 5 times, and me also like 5 times. Soon enough we will have to probably put our tubes inside. Miri cracked the screen of her phone in an accident in Jordan. I cracked my 35mm lens. My rear bag broke because of my stupid rack. I think otherwise, equipment wise, we're doing well. So we started this morning on the Holyland challenge from Eilat, and we traveled through the whole southern part of the desert. We've seen many beautiful places. We were really lucky because we started with 5 liters of water, which that was definitely not enough, and we found a lot of camping spots with little water, with fresh water. We were a bit lucky to have a bit of backwind and to have also the sun in our back. The only problem that we're having now is that we have for eating only a little bag of dates, and that's for the next.
And one piece of dry bread this size.
Yeah. And that's basically for the next 50 kilometers, because here in the south you cannot find a lot of supermarkets, you don't find a lot of restaurants.
The problem is not the 50 kilometers, the problem is that we will not make those 50 kilometers today anymore, so we will have to probably live on those dates and that little piece of bread for today and the morning until we make it to the next store in 50 kilometers.
And then we will need to ride 100 more kilometers, probably without any supplies, or even 140. So
that's 2 full days of
we will see what we'll find for eating, and I really hope we will find more camping spots for water, because it's really hard to cycle during the day. But I have the feeling the desert here is more beautiful and more packed, or let's say more hard than in Wadi Rum in Jordan.
But it's still more untouched. There are only hikers and we haven't seen any other bikers. Yeah. So it's not as overcrowded with easily available tourism. So it's very wide, a lot of nothingness, and yeah, I mean, of course, we also get the downsides of a lot of nothingness.
Yes.
Which is snacking on dates for dinner.
So we made it today to Paran, the little kibbutz where we can find supplies for the next day or so. Yeah, we really love those places. The little kibbutz we're normally getting supplies from because
they're very small and sweet communities. Everybody knows each other. Everybody's interacting with each other. It's like just like a peaceful community. They're co-living with each other, and I think they really cherish community. You can really feel this here.
Yes, in contrast with big cities, here feels really like a big family in a way. And everybody's really relaxed. They seem to work sometimes quite a bit, but in really hot lunch hours, I think
they just nap.
They just nap or they just relax. Yeah, the trail was really lovely this morning. I think coming down from the mountains.
I think so far we really can't complain. I mean, the last 100 kilometers, or how many did we do so far? Like 100 kilometers were really beautiful and very doable. I mean, the trail is very much adjusted to the needs of bikers, so it tries to be as rideable as possible, I think, given the conditions, like being in a desert. Now we just sit here, wait for the store to open. We will try to get supplies for 2 days.
We charge our things a bit with the solar panel, and we're going to also nap for half an hour now. If you like this video, subscribe now, follow us on other social media, and consider supporting our next World Mountain Bike Tour on Patreon or PayPal. We will start in 1 month from Germany and we will ride towards east through the Alps, the Balkan countries, Turkey, Georgia, Kyrgyzstan, Asia, New Zealand and Peru as much as possible on off-road trails. Every coffee you will offer us on PayPal or Patreon will make possible for us to take you along 1 year in our adventure. So we believe after 240 kilometers of riding from south to north, from Eilat, we believe that the trail would be better the other way around, so north to south.
The way it is originally.
Yeah, the way it is originally. We saw the signs in this direction, north to south. There is definitely more, the wind is blowing north to south.
Plus it's just less steep, the climbs are less steep, the climbs are less impossible because a lot of the climbs are so steep and rocky and even huge steps that it's impossible to climb if you come from south. And we've had the feeling that it's a bit less impossible the other way around.
Yeah. So our tire pressure is quite low.
Yeah.
We're also carrying quite a bit of supplies. So yesterday in Paran we bought something like 6 kilos of food.
Probably
and
more.
Yeah, probably more. And we're carrying also 5 liters of water, which we also need to resupply today. Our daily target is basically 80 kilometers.
Yeah.
Yeah, even with this kind of crappy bumpy roads, we're just trying to push it a bit to manage to spend a few days in Jerusalem.
Yeah, we try to get up at 5, be ready with everything around 6 or 6:30, and then ride until it's dark around 6.
Yeah, it's almost like a job. It's not a joyride.
No, it's not.
No, sometimes it is a joyride, of course.
I mean, it's
you
a
get
lot
to
of
see
ups
so
and
much.
downs, but this is always the case with bikepacking. You cannot always have easy and enjoyable and...
Yeah, that's true. We get frustrated a lot. Like, we also get frustrated sometimes with each other just because we start, you know, when it gets really uncomfortable, like you can take 1, 2, 3 main discomforts, let's say, and then when there are getting too many, we start also being cranky a bit, and sometimes
it's just everything's so intense, you know. It's the physical effort, then sometimes it's the hunger, sometimes it's the road being so terrible that you only
sometimes it's the wind. We have a lot of
Yeah.
front wind, headwind also.
So it's so intense. You go through everything with your whole being, and of course this is challenging, and we're
of course,
always
and
learning and always trying to deal with our tempers and our needs.
We also try to stop a lot, you know, to take some shots of each other, to kind of show you guys how it looks like.
Try to capture the beauty and sometimes also the trails.
We try to encourage you also making those trails and to have already the feeling what's waiting for you. And this
And
is
what
of
to
course
expect.
This is of course hard for us, because imagine that you're in the middle of a climb and then you have to put your bike down, jump over, take the camera, start taking a shot. It's just a bit like biathlon.
It's another on top of what it's already really hard. It's another, first of all, time consuming and energy consuming task.
But it's also a layer of complexity, you know, because you have to be aware on top of your struggles of where the light is coming from,
It's a good
what's
angle.
the best angle to take a shot and everything, and sometimes, you know, you're just like, We got our faces really burned. We have champion marks.
You want to see mine too? Like this one. Do they see it?
Probably a bit less.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the funny thing is we are so dark right now that people are just talking to us already in Hebrew. They don't really greet us in English or anything like this.
They expect us to be locals.
That's really nice. Yeah. We try to get to the next camping place somewhere in the valley, and we're heading towards the Dead Sea. We want to visit the Dead Sea, at least here in Israel.
We want showers
Israel.
and we want vacation.
Yeah. Yeah, we really need a shower, I think. Yeah. It's kind of complicated. Dead Sea, we're coming.